Devaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet. Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityaṁ bhāgavata-sevayā. Bhagavati uttamashloke bhaktir bhavati nishtaki. Aradheyo Bhagavan Vrajeshtanayas Tadhama Vrindavanam. Ramya Kachitupasana Vrajavadhu Vargena Va Kalpita. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Pramanamamalam Prema Pumartho Maha. Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu Matamidam Tatradharana Para. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, dear Vaishnavas, for joining. Baldev Prabhu, Philip Prabhu, Vijay Mataji, and Sudhir Prabhu. Thank you so much for your kind association. We are reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, the Lotus Face of the Supreme Lord, Canto 10, Chapter 22, entitled Krishna Steals the Garments of the Gopis. And we have read till text number 6. And we were reading that the Gopis were doing Katyayani Vrata every day morning for 1 month, going to Mother Yamuna, early in the morning, taking bath with cold water, making a deity of the internal energy of the Lord, Katyayani Devi, Durga, and offering prayers, offering different articles of worship to the deity Durga. And like that, they were asking, Patim me kuru te namaha. Nanda Gopasuta Devi, Pati me kuru. Oh, give us the child of Nanda Maharaj. That means Krishna as our Pati, as our husband. So like that, this was their spiritual desire. Till text number 6. Now we're going to move on to the next verse, which is text number 7. Nadya kadachita gatya tire nikshipya purvavat vasamsi krishnam gayanto vasamsi krishnam gayantyo Vajrahu Salile Muda. Translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanarvind, Bhakti Vedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada ki Jai. One day they came to the river bank and, putting aside their clothing as they had done before, happily played in the water while singing the glories of Krishna. Purport. According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, this incident occurred on the day the young gopis completed their vow, which was a full moon day. To celebrate the successful completion of their vow, the girls invited young Radharani, the daughter of Rishabhanu, and the special object of their affection, along with the other important gopis, and brought them all to the river to bathe. They were playing in the water. Their playing in the water was meant to serve as the Avabhrit Snana, the ceremonial bath taken immediately upon the completion of a Vedic sacrifice. Śrīla Prabhupada comments as follows. It is an old system among Indian girls and women that when they take a bath in the river, they place their garments on the bank and dip into the water completely naked. The portion of the river where the girls and the women bathed was strictly prohibited to any male. And this is still the system. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, knowing the minds of the unmarried young gopis, awarded them their desired objective. They had prayed for Krishna to become their husband, and Krishna wanted to fulfill their desires. Hare Krishna. So, we are reading the 7th verse of chapter 22 in Canto 10 of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So, a few things to note here, that their vrata was complete the last day, full moon day, as per Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur. Actually, his appearance, I believe, is tomorrow. Let me double check. Yes, sorry, Vrindavan Das Thakur. Sorry, got confused with the names. Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur is commenting here that this was like the final day, that they had completed their vow. That means 30 days they had been worshipping Durga, praying to get Krishna as their husband. And Krishna is Bhaktavatsala. Krishna is Varadraj. He fulfills all the desires, especially when we have spiritual desires, especially when we are really serious and determined to get spiritual wealth or spiritual desires, then he will arrange. And that was the reason they were, the Supreme Lord fulfilled their desires. So Prabhupada is mentioning here that the women ghats, they're called ghats, bathing ghats near the river. Even if you go now, you'll see the bathing ghats are there, Ganga, Yamuna, all across the bed of the river. And they are separate in most situations till date. So they were praying to get Krishna as their husband, and Krishna wanted to fulfill their desire. So we'll see what happens further. But in this verse, we see that all of them, even while they were in the water, they were singing, happily played in the water, singing the glories of Lord Krishna. Now this is very interesting. This is really very interesting, that they were singing the glories of Krishna. Now, do you recall they were holding hands while they were going towards the water? Right? You recall that? We read that. So you see, before, that was like before the vrata, or every day before entering the water. Because the first thing they will do is to take a bath and then do their puja. So before the vrata, singing about Krishna. After the vrata, singing about the glories of Krishna. And during the vrata, it was what? Right? What was their prayers? Nanda gopastam devi patim me kurun te namaha. Right? Enduring. This is Krishna consciousness. Before, after, enduring. Complete Krishna Chaitasaha, as we read that word also. Krishna Chaitasaha. All these Kumaris were completely Krishna conscious. Before, after, and in between. This is Krishna consciousness, right? When we're going for a program, and that's the life of a devotee, right? It's not that we go for a program and then over there we are Krishna conscious, and before and after we are, have our own way of leading life. That's not a sincere devotee. A neophyte devotee sometimes may be coming, okay, just for Janmashtami, they're coming, and during that time they're very Krishna conscious, they're offering some puja, they're getting some prasadam, etc., etc. But during the rest of the year, before and after, they have their own sense gratification, they have their own way of living life, they have their own way of following a system which is not very Krishna conscious. But pure devotees here we see before and after and during 100% Krishna consciousness. Krishna Chetasaha. Singing while in the water, singing while offering puja, singing glories of Krishna while they were going to the river bank, holding hands. And this is actually the recommended process in this day and age, congregational chanting of the Hare Kṛṣṇa Mahamantra. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Rupa Goswami, they've emphasized it multiple places that any puja, any yajna, anything, any deity worship, any arti, anything is incomplete without singing the glories of Lord Krishna, without the kirtan. Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, and therefore we see whether it's the morning arti or the evening arti or the mid arti or yajna or any wedding ceremony or death ceremony or any sannyas ceremony or any ceremony, any samskar, the chanting of Hare Kṛṣṇa is the mandatory thing. Others are optional. You use one agarbatti or three agarbatti, or use rose flowers or some other flowers. All those things are detail. But mantratas tantratas chidram deshakal ara vastutas sarvam karoti nischidram anusankirtanam tava. There could be impurities in the mantras. There could be impurities or shortcomings, chidra. There could be shortcomings in the priest. There could be shortcoming in the circumstances. There could be shortcoming in the situation. There could be shortcoming in the timing. There could be shortcoming in the qualifications of the person performing the ritual. There is no proper ingredients in this age, no pure ingredients. But all these gaps, all these holes are filled by Anusankirtana, by Nama Sankirtana. Therefore, the conclusion of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is Nama Sankirtana. Very, very beautiful verse. In the last verse of actually Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Nama Sankirtana yasya sarva papa pranashanam pranamo dukkha shamanas tam namami harim param. I offer my respectful obeisance unto the Supreme Lord Hari, the congregational chanting of whose holy name destroys all the sinful reactions, and the offering of obeisance unto whom relieves all material suffering. This is the last verse of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, spoken by Sutta Goswami to the sages of Naimisharanya. Last verse means the conclusion, very, very important. So in short, we see here the gopis are also continuously singing the glories of Krishna, which is kirtan. Glory means kirti, and when we done in a congregational, so sankirtan, samyak rupena kirtan, congregational chanting, satsanga, and when we come in like-minded association, gopis are pure devotees. And this day especially, Radharani was also accompanying, is the life of Krishna, and Krishna is the life of Radharani. So very, very beautiful verse. And let's see what happens further. Any thoughts before we move on to the next? Okay, text number 8. Anyone would like to read this?
I can read, Prabhuji. All the devotees done pranam, all glories to Śrīla Prabhupada. Text 8, Canto 10, Chapter 22. Bhagavam stat abhipretayo Krishna yogashara baro vayashoir avrittastatra gatastat karma siddhahe. Translation purport by the disciples of his divine grace, H.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Śrīla Prabhupada and his disciples ki joy. Translation. Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personal Godhead and Master of all masters of mystic yoga, was aware of what the gopis were doing, and thus he went there surrounded by his young companions to aid the gopis the perfection of their endeavor. Purport. As the master of all masters of mystic power, the Lord Krishna could easily understand the desires of the gopis, and he could also fulfill them. The gopis, like all young girls from respectable families, considered the embarrassment of appearing naked before a young boy to be worse than giving up their lives. Yet Lord Krishna made them come out of the water and bow down to him. Although the bodily forms of the gopis were all fully developed, and although Krishna made them in a secluded place and brought them fully under his control, because the Lord is completely transcendental, there is not a trace of material desire in his mind. Lord Krishna is the ocean of transcendental bliss, and he wanted to share his bliss with the gopis on the spiritual platform, completely free of ordinary lust. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that the companions of Krishna mentioned here were mere toddlers, 2 or 3 years old. They were completely naked and were unaware of the difference between male and female. When Krishna went out to herd the cows, they followed him because they were so attached to him that they could not bear to be without his association. So Lord Krishna is everybody's mind. Like we know the different lot of verses in Gita. Sarvasya chaham iti sannivishto. So Krishna knows what is our desire, and that way he always fulfills. He's so dayalu, so kind to us, and the gopis wanting him as their husband. So Krishna giving the same benediction to them. And here Krishna, Prabhupada clearly telling, as you just explained me, the opposite, transcendental. So Krishna, he's a absolute truth. Whatever he does is transcendental. So that is my understanding, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very, very nice verse. Krishna, the word used here is Yogeshvaraha. Actually, the word uses Yogeshvara Ishvara. So Ishwar is twice there. Yogi plus Ishvara plus Ishvara. So Yogeshvara Ishvaraha. So he is the law, the master of all the masters of mystic yoga. You know, these mystic yogis have sometimes, I mean, these days very few maybe. There could be some siddhis, some yogi babas who may know what's in your mind, who may know what's in your heart going on. Right? Very rare, but there could be. That's a siddhi, right? Anima, lagima, prapti, right? To understand that. But Krishna is the master of all those yogic masters. So very beautiful lesson here, which I feel that Krishna knows our mind. Krishna knows our heart. I can make a good show to others, you know. Baldev Prabhu may not be able to comprehend what's going on in my mind. Sudhir Prabhu may not be able to comprehend, right? Because we are limited, and vice versa. For me also, I can't comprehend what's going on in someone else's mind because we are Anu. Krishna is Vibhu. We are infinitesimal. Krishna is infinite. As mentioned in the chapter 15, also the Kshetra and Kshetragya, the example in the Bhagavad Gita, that Krishna, you know, there is a field and there are two knowers of the field. One is the tiny knower, referring to Anu Atma. Like, for example, I can tell what I'm thinking. I can tell what I ate in the lunch. I can tell how I am feeling. I can tell what I'm hiding. I can tell what exactly, you know, is going on. But I can't tell it even for my wife who is, you know, in the next room, what to speak of someone else. But Krishna, being the supreme knower, knows everything, and especially for his devotees, like the gopis. What exactly is in their heart? What exactly is their longing? what exactly a devotee is longing, Krishna arranges that. That's very beautiful lesson here. Another important lesson is that Krishna is completely free of ordinary lust. Now, what to speak of Krishna, even Shukdev Goswami, when he was going towards, when he left home, the girls were bathing, their bodies were covered with directions, that means they were naked. But he was completely transcendental to that male-female vision. Sthavar jangam na dekhi, dekhi tara murti sarvatra hoy ishta dev sfurti. They see Ishta Dev in everyone. They see the Krishna in everyone's heart. They do not see male, female, Indian, American, black, white, yellow, brown. This is very, we see the externals, like, oh, this person looks 20-year-old, oh, she looks like 60-year-old, oh, she's fat, thin, black, white, rich, poor. All these are external designations. But great souls, great transcendentalists, they are above that vision. What to speak of the Supreme Lord Krishna? We're talking about pure devotees. They are above that vision. Even Prabhupada, I think one time someone asked Prabhupada, maybe only Mataji knows this story better. Someone asked Prabhupada, about some miracle or something on those lines. Prabhupada said, I can enter into a room full of young girls with no clothes and I will not be affected at all. Right? So who can say that? Only a pure soul who is not seeing all these external designations. He's seeing only everyone as a child of God, everyone as the spark of the Supreme. This is the vision. So those who take shelter of Krishna purely, they become free from this perverted vision. How can the Supreme Lord be affected with that perverted vision? It's like if someone is a servant of a billionaire, he's also so rich that, poverty cannot chase that person. How can we expect that billionaire to be poor? Does that make sense? So this is some examples to understand that we should never ever think that Krishna, is like an ordinary boy stealing ordinary girls' clothes because of ordinarily lusty feelings. That's a very wrong and offensive and interpretation. The right understanding is this is an exchange between pure devotee, and Krishna is completely free from ordinary lust as mentioned here. So any more thoughts? Anyone wants to add any thoughts, additions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Just wondering, was Krishna also sort of removing the lust from the gopis as they were bowing down? Is this also part of the reason why he was doing this? Or sort of showing them something beyond lust? A bliss that is beyond lust or something like that?
As they were bowing down, you said?
Yes.
Where did we? This will come. I mean, this is pure love. We in the material world, we don't even have a comprehension of pure love. Because this is a perverted reflection. So like Mother Yashoda's love to Krishna, the friends' love to Krishna, and these are different rasas, and the topmost among them is the Madhurya rasa, the gopis and the Krishna, aspiring to get Krishna as their husband. So there is no tinge of lust, 100% pure, unalloyed love. Is that answer? Or
Yes, Prabhuji. I was just in the purport it said that Krishna was showing them a bliss beyond ordinary lust, or yeah, I was just, I guess, did they already have that sort of, did the gopis already have that pure love, or was this like part of Krishna teaching them pure love, or what, did they already have that, I guess is what I'm wondering.
very esoteric and very deep. I am also neophyte. The point is, yes, they were unalloyed devotees, absolutely. But the beauty of unalloyed devotee is that they always want more, because that's bhakti. They don't think that I have Krishna. They don't think, so they are always looking to, even in ISKCON we see someone may be doing a lot of service, but they want to do more. Oh, I'm not doing anything. Srila Prabhupada did so much, but never felt that, oh, I did anything for Krishna. So that's the mood of pure devotees. They are very, very exalted, very, very advanced, having pure love for Krishna, but they always feel that I am very far behind. I need to do more. So that's a mood we will see in all the pure devotees. Of course, that includes the gopis too. Is that okay, Prabhu?
Yes, perfectly answered. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Any devotees want to add anything? Because this is a very high level topic, and I'm just very neophyte in every aspect. One very practical lesson is, which I like, is Krishna knows our heart. So we should be very, very simple and non-duplicitous, at least with devotees. Like in the material world outside, we may have to, tell things or do things which are not completely, straightforward, sometimes at work or other places. But at least with devotees and Krishna, we should not hide things. We should be very simple, straightforward, because whom are we hiding from? He's inside. He knows everything. We can't hide anyways. So we should not try to hide either. Haribol. Shiroma Mataji, yes, you want to read next verse, text 9.
Yes, Prabhuji. Tasam vasam syupadaya nipamaruhya satvara hasadbhi prahasan bala parihasamuvachaha. Translation. Taking the girl's garments, he quickly climbed to the top of a kadamba tree. Then, as he laughed loudly and his companions also laughed, he addressed the girls jokingly. Prabhuji, can I add something that came to my mind reading this verse?
Yes, please do.
So, when I just read it, I felt like it shows that Krishna is jovial and friendly. And, at the beginning of Bhakti, we feel like, oh, Krishna is God, he's far away, he's so much superior than us, but he can also he has a smile on his lips and he is approachable and friendly. and compassionate. And the word that came to my mind is friendly.
Yes, friendly, you said? Friendly?
Yes, Prabhuji. Like a friend.
Yes. Thank you.
Hare
So,
Krishna.
thank you, Mataji, for reading this wonderful verse. So in this verse, actually, Krishna, the title of this verse is revealed in this, title of this chapter is revealed in this verse. Krishna stole the clothes and climbed the Kadamba tree. So this wonderful tree, how many of you have seen this? If you go to Vrindavan, Parikrama Marg, there is a place called Chirghat. Just there's a Radha temple, there's the Kadamba Ther, where the Kaliya, Krishna, stood on the Kadamba tree and jumped over Kaliya. And if you keep walking another half a mile, then you'll see this place just before Keshi Ghat called Chirghat on the Vrindavan Parikrama Marg. So next time you go, you should certainly try to go there if possible. Trying to find a picture for all of you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. So here is one picture. I said like very next to Keshi Ghat, Chirghat, and you see here Krishna and the tree and stole the garments of the gopis. He is a thief, and the great Bilva Mangal Thakur has written a beautiful bhajan called Chaur Ashtakam, 8 verses glorifying a chor or a thief, and because he steals a lot of things. In the first stanza itself, it says, Vraje prasidam navanita chauram gopangananam chadukula chauram aneka janmarjita papa chauram chauragraganyam purusham namami. I offer my obeisance to that Supreme Lord, to that Chaura, Agra Ganyam. Gana means group. In the group of thieves, who's the first? Agra means first, or he's the first one. The leader goes the first, right? Okay, follow me, right? He's the leader, and he's like, in the group of thieves, he's the first thief. I offer my humble obeisance to that Purusham Namami. Vraje Prasiddham, very, very famous also. We don't sing, if someone stole, like I did a bank robbery or stole some diamonds or some other, any stealing in this world is considered bad. We don't, no one, even if their name comes in the paper, it's for bad reasons, or like they're given some punishment or imprisonment or maybe death sentence or whatever, depends on the severity of the crime. But we don't sing glorification for time immemorial about their stealing activities. This again is one more reason to prove that this is not an ordinary act of ignorance, passion, etc. Gopangananam chadukula choram. So that's exactly what the title of the chapter is. Krishna stole the garments of the gopis. So Krishna stole the garment of the gopis. because that's what they wanted, right? That's what they wanted to make. They wanted Krishna to be their husband. One time, His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj was in a gathering, like a rainbow gathering, and there are some gatherings where like people are a little, I would say, intoxicated and a little bit crazy, with very little clothes, and someone asked, "Hey, can we dance on this mantra without clothes?" Maharaj was like, "What do I really reply? Like, dance without clothes?" People want to do crazy things in this country, especially. And Maharaj said, because that's what they wanted to hear, right? Maharaj said, sure, but make sure you take the clothes of, the real clothes of false ego. That's a real covering, right? Which is masking us, right? Oh, I am rich. Oh, I am an engineer. Oh, I am Indian. Oh, I am white. Oh, I am black. Oh, I am healthy. Or I am this. I am that. False designations. So remove all those designations. Sarvo upadhi vinir muktam tat paratvena nirmalam rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhaktir uttama. We should remove sarva upadhi vinir muktam. These are designations. These are the false clothes which we are wearing. So we should try to ask Krishna, please steal all our false clothes. These are very hard to give up myself. Oh Krishna, you are an expert in stealing. You are Chaura Agraganyam. You are the topmost amongst all thieves. Please steal away my false designations. That's the real meaning of and one time, so Radhanath Maharaj was giving initiation. Someone was wearing a mask in the assembly. This COVID and all those things were still on. So Maharaj said, can you ask this devotee to unmask? And then devotee took off the mask while taking their vows. And Maharaj said, initiation means the process of unmasking. So very, very beautiful. That unmasking our true self. That means in front of Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, in front of Guru, we should be our true self. In front of Krishna, we should expose our true self. Like in India, like, Prabhuji is a doctor. Even in here or everywhere, they say, don't try to play with the doctor or the lawyer or one more they say, right? Don't hide things from them, in short. If you have a symptom, right? If you try to hide something from them, they will not be able to diagnose properly, right? Baldev Prabhu, is that correct? So the doctor would like their patient to expose in a sense, be true, be genuine. Don't hide. Don't try to put a false covering, right? Oh, everything is fine. No, I'm not feeling pain. No, everything is okay. Then okay. Doctor said, okay, again, next, right? So in front of the spiritual master, in front of Diksha Guru, Shiksha Guru, in front, we should expose our true self, not in the meaning of the cloth, but in the meaning of our true identity. And not put the clothing of false identity, not put the layers of designations or upadhis. Because then that's total surrender. That's total surrender, right? But Krishna, yes, I have faults. Yes, I have a lot of coverings, but you are the master of everyone. You are Yogeshwara Ishvara. You are the true enjoyer, proprietor, the true healer, the true doctor, the true friend, the true husband, the true mother, father, everything. And I want to be totally honest and uncover myself completely to you, right? That is bhakti. So we should be totally genuine. Bhakti means genuine. It's not that it's I am what I am, but duplicity means to show what I am not. That's duplicity. Hare Krishna. Any more thoughts? Any comments, additions here? Anyone would like to add? Or...
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I seem to be full of reflections today. I apologize, but I'm reminded of the book of Genesis. Satan whispers into the ears of Adam and Eve, and then they cover themselves with clothing, and this is like a loss of innocence. And then they are, of course, expelled from Eden, the Garden of Eden. So this is like a story about sort of the illusion whispering into our ear, and we lose our innocence. And in this case, it's much more jovial, and Krishna is actually stealing away the guilt. So in one case, we're losing innocence, but in this case, we're losing guilt. Krishna just effortlessly, jokingly steals away anger, lust, and greed, which was stealing our innocence. And he steals away anger, lust, and greed, and thus steals away our guilt. So this is just a joke to him, because he's Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Beautiful reflection. Anyone else has any thoughts, additions here? Okay, so I guess we will pause here for today and see what he addressed to the gopis jokingly, right? So he just took away the clothes and he laughed and he addressed. So in the next verse, we'll see Lord Krishna said something, but that we will cover tomorrow. But let's relish these pastimes in the beautiful Krishna, smiling, laughing, joking, and that's what the process of bhakti is. If we don't give ourselves completely by our free will, Krishna will steal it anyways. Right? Same with wealth, right? If someone may save $10 million in their retirement savings or what savings, but who knows what may happen. Even at the end, if they don't give, Krishna will take anyways, But then we don't get the credit. That's the other thing. If he takes it, then we don't get the credit. But if we give on our own, then we get a lot of credit. That's bhakti. So we will relish his sweet laughter on this day of Ekadashi and export ourselves to Vrindavan Dham on the banks of river Yamuna, on the Vrindavan Parikrama Marg. At Śrī Caitanya, this pastime took place, and the best amongst all thieves, along with some other young companions, took the garments, and we discussed the deeper meaning of the garments. And he's sitting on top of the tree, as we saw in that deity also, the deity on the Kadamba tree. That deity is from Śrī Caitanya, actually. There's a small temple there also. So with that, we will pause for today and continue tomorrow. Thank you so much. Happy Ekadashi. Granthraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Purana ki jai, Jagat Guru Śrī Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaur Bhaktavinda ki jai, Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindubhya evacha, Anam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol.